All right. Okay. All right. Calm down. Where am I going with this? So many projects, so little time. Hello! Shut up, dog! You're quick. I just started streaming. I've been only streaming for 2 minutes. How's she going, eh? I have the camera now on a tripod, so it's on the desk. So every time I type, it vibrates the camera, and then slowly pans up as I type from vibrations. Proper. But I am looking for something in my first book, Appendices. Future. How many times does future come up? Oh, jeez. Dirk in the future. Comes to pass after the presence of Orodoth that and passing of time, the powers of the phoenix flow out of young Orodoth and influence a change in the curse of the Magi. Really? This results in a change in Dirk, a change specifically in his curse. You'll have to read the first book, I guess, to understand that. The constant presence of a phoenix at close proximity changes the old nature, bringing order to the long-time standing chaos. Now Dirk finds himself able to choose the form, no longer at the mercy of his old random nature. Ah, that's good to know. The co-author wrote this, so. I had a ghost mess with my stream, though? You had a ghost mess? I am intrigued. Mystery Mochi followed me yesterday. Okay, so now with practice, Dirk thinks he may even be free from the source of the curse, sources in the water, may be able to control the when and where. Though now he at times finds himself stuck in the current form at the time for an undetermined amount of time. Too much time. Okay, future, keep going. Valentine in the future. We'll go back. I want to see. Okay, alright. This is good to know. How long ago did we write this? Jeez. I don't even remember it. Valentine in the future. So, what we have so far is Master Val has traveled about 200 years into the past, into the stories of the early sessions. That's not even out yet. To take back a certain character that will be very important in the future, a vital component to a war that will only become one with this person's presence in it. Our idea is Master Val could bring this person to the future to show him or her events that unfold to know how to proceed in winning the battle. Needed to take part in a future battle. They will. You know, I'm having troubles talking out loud, so I'm just gonna.
They're needed to take part in the future battle that they may have not lived to take part in through the natural course of time. This person would be a historical figure that was a master of war in the past. Just such a person that is this good does not exist in the present 200 years in the future. Val Prime is a 200-year-old future version of Val. He is a Grand Master of the...
Refreshing my memory.
Val. He is a Grand Master of the corrosive...
Everything sound good? Everything look good?
He still has the curse of the Magi. He has had it all this time. When he is male Val, he is original self that he was born with. When he is female Val, he is completely different person. Complete with a different personality. He may even have conversions with his other personality, like a split personality. Conversations,
not conversions. That's funny. That changes everything.
He may even have conversations with his other personality, like a split personality. So, when he is male, for example, the male side is dominant, and his female persona is subsided but can be communicated to. So basically, but he's not evil, and he still has all his common sense. He's not a nut, but he has a split personality cause of the curse. Female side, more cunning.
Okay, that last paragraph is kind of pointless, but I like it still. Oh, wait. So this is plot, and this is character. Master Val brings this person. So, plot. Point. And then, so, go down here. Send that to my little group chat thing with other authors.
Female side, more cunning, quicker to think, a bit smarter. Kind, gentle, like a grandma, loves kittens and little children and bakes cookies. Matrix oracle, baking in general. Always has a smile on her face. Patient, never angry. Pacifist, male side.
No, not pacifist.
More
Sorry,
silly,
take that out.
stubborn, quick to judge, playboy. YODA, Kill Bill Master Guy. Turtle Hermit, Turtle Master in Kung Fu Panda.
Oh, that's so stupidly written. I gotta take the pacifist out. I don't like that. I don't like pacifists. I don't know why they're in all caps. I don't know if I actually wrote that. More silly, stubborn, quick. Jeez. I don't like that. Let's change that. Don't like this, so I'll change it to a more serious master of the arts of combat, or something like that. Oh, thanks for the follow, First Rhoda 111. Welcome aboard. Well, I actually kind of like what I said in the chat here. That kind of sums it up for me there. So I'll change it to a more serious master of the. Actually, that's the only part I like. He is mellowed out and is more focused. He is not a magic user. That is for his female counterpart. Male Val will have a set of students under his training. Female Val will have her own students as well in the study of wizardry. Lisa Lacadis. Okay, that's author notes. Mind you, I do have to look at that. So that's done. That's done.
Barking could be heard through the fog, barking that wouldn't cease. No matter how hard he tried to hit that cursed alarm, it just went on and on. Slowly, Dirk opened his eyes to the sight of a new day. But not just the new day, a dog. Of all things, a dog was licking his dragon snout. Then there was this tickle at his side, like a tap, tapping that slowly moved from one spot to another as this sound and sensation moved to join the dog. Dirk made no move. Curiosity demanded that he know what this was, and experience told him that waiting patiently would reveal this conundrum. And there it was, now standing by the tiny dog. At least from Dirk's perspective, was a young boy, maybe 6 or 7 years of age, poking at his scales with a stick. "Hello, little one. What your name?" The boy paused and looked up, locking eyes with the The boy paused and looked up, locking eyes with the dragon. James, he said slowly in a small voice. And my dog's name is George. The dog barked happily as he heard his name spoken by his beloved master. So, James, you... The dog barked happily as he heard his name spoken by his beloved human. So, James, you seem to be a mighty brave little boy. This farm yours. Dirk slowly stretched as he made a gesture indicating their surroundings. Nope. Nope, he said with a proud smile that stretched from ear to ear. I didn't know dragons could talk. A friend I made helped me. You could say she taught me. Can you wait here? He asked as the dog barked and ran around playfully. Dirk tilted his head to the side. Perhaps, but did you happen to see a girl with strawberry red hair and a guy with, a blood red coat? Nope. Why's your scales green? Dirk chucked at the question, you know.
Chuck?
Dirk chuckled at the question, you know. I have no idea. Think they would change color if I will them too. Dunno. I turn red if I hold my breath long enough, see? He started holding his breath, ignoring everything around them. Dirk tried to get his attention, but nothing worked until he had succeeded in turning red and nearly passing out. Dirk chuckled with a great rumble. Well, you certainly do turn red. Now, I'll be right back, the boy interrupted. Bye. James ran off full tilt, leaving Dirk so very confused. Yawning, he put his head down and went back to sleep. Such a weird dream, he thought to himself. Dirk stretched as he awoke to the setting sun and a growling stomach. What a crazy dream that was. Hey, Val, he bellowed as he scanned about looking for anyone. What was his name again? Something like a food, right-rimmed Whitrock. Brock? Yes, that was it, Broccoli, Mr. Brock. Only silence greeted him. Even the animals were barely making a sound. Then there was that stomach again. The growling and rumbling started to get louder. Anybody out there? He called out one last time, but nothing answered him. Okay, then I'll be back soon too. Dirk folded his wings in and moved away from the farm, at least for the time being. A few meters into the nearby forest, and he came by a bear turtle, one of the larger of the bear species, partly aquatic like a beaver and scales like a dragon covered its back like armor similar to an armadillo or a turtle. The scales glimmered blue, catching the light of the stars above them. The bear turtle sat on a boulder holding a beehive that it was polishing. Silly bear, your dinner almost done? I think honey roasted bear just may be a meal worth having right now. The large beast looked up in time to see Dirk's tail thrust at its head like a spear. Then nothing. The hunt was over. Dirk dragged the beast back to the field where he had landed the morning before and started to make up a little camp. He cleared some brown cover, making a makeshift earth stove and a couch. Once complete, he set to work skinning the kill and preparing the meat. A few trips into the garden and accompanying fields allowed him to gather some ingredients to prepare a tasty meal. Even managing to bake a loaf of bread in a side oven using his dragon breath, leaving a thickly green substance as the fire. The acidic bile substance seemed to have an almost pleasant smell despite its appearance. And like lava it bubbled and irradiated a great amount of heat. Dirk was pleased with himself. He learnt to refine his dragon breath and found that he could shape the stuff in his hands without incurring injury. What else could I build? I guess I should build me a shelter. If I'm going to be stuck as a dragon, I might as well make the best of it and live as civilly as possible, he said to himself. After he finished eating, he went back into the forest and gathered some trees. He stacked them in a giant pile at his camp. Session 5.
Oh, that's all we got? That's as far as we got? Ah! I want to write. It's like, I don't want to write it. I just want to listen to it. Oh, that's funny. Okay. That's a preview to book 2 of the Mallow Dirk Adventures.
session, a scene idea, needs a home. It starts to rain as our characters are inside a store. They get outside, but under a roof heading to the sidewalk. Think like in Western films. Oh look, it's raining. Been a while since we had a good rain, Val said as she stuck her hand out to feel the fresh water falling down. Her body starts to morph into a smaller female figure. Val, look, Dirk and the gang said as they stare at Valentine Caro, the female again. Val looks at herself and feels her breasts. Oh no, no, no. It's back. As soon as I touched the water,
Yeah, that doesn't work
paused,
anymore.
then looked at Dirk.
That doesn't work anymore.
More session 6. Our characters explore the HQ disguised as thieves. We get to see all the quirkiness of the thieves. Each one has a rich and vibrant character to them. Example, one could be obsessed with gold trinkets. One could be obsessed with literature. One could be a very nice person. One could be a sidekick. One could be the head of a newspaper run, where the paper gets delivered throughout the HQ.
Sorry, I lost focus.
Our characters explore the HQ disguised as thieves. We get to see all the quirkiness of the thieves. Each one has a rich and vibrant character to them. Example, one could be obsessed with gold trinkets. One could be obsessed with literature. One could be a very nice person. One could be a sidekick. One could be the head of a newspaper run, where the paper gets delivered throughout the HQ and the other HQs around the world. The Thieves Guild weekly newspaper or something. Our heroes meet some of these characters. They say they are new and lie their way to the top floor. They get to the boss, and it is revealed that he is master at martial arts similar to Val and Dirk's. And have a chat, then the fight begins. His local guards attack our heroes. The fight went nuts all the way down to the first floor. At some point the building is set ablaze as the battle goes on. Many escape the fire, except the few that are still fighting. On the roof, the rain is searing the fire, but not enough to stop the whole fire. At the pivotal moment of the battle, Dirk arrives outside on the roof and helps Val beat the villain. Harry and Rebecca fly in on their airship and pick up Val and fly off back to Dirk City. After the fights are over, our heroes convince them to stop what they're doing and join the new city of Dirk. Atlantis. Plot: go to Atlantis.
I approve this message. Oh my god, why am I yawning? Ugh, stop it.
Session 7. The Cursed Girl's Armor. Older note, I think. So what we do is take this character on the horse, this woman. Insert her story after Session 3 where we tell what has happened to her. Scenes with her in Session 3, only she was never in the right place at the right time. Maybe, just maybe, we go as far as put her on the same ship that the two hid in, only she bought passage and did not stow away, and when the ship was boarded she fought her way onto the enemy's ship and defeated them. But not before they abandoned ship onto the first one, leaving her on the wrong ship, with not enough crew to man it. She's adrift for a while and ends up in a nearby village to the one Val and Dirk land at. Here's where it gets a little rough. When Val jumped onto the horse and touched her shoulder, a brief psychic connection was made showing Val knows lots about her. Images, names, places, events. In a flash, it was all over. There seems to be knowledge in his head that should not have been there. Question I need to remember is why the link? Why him? Why then? Death? The magic of the Phoenix. So, Val vows to her that it would be his pleasure, his honor to find a cure to her problem. It was the only honorable thing he could do. He knows the name of the magician that cast the original spell, and though it is known that he was dead, Val knew, not know how he knew, that he would find a cure as if it was his destiny. Taking a chance by the way he treated her was nothing anyone had done before, and being trapped in her armor without any escape, she felt it wise to heed his words. This feeling of freedom was unlike anything she'd ever experienced before, and now that he was gone, she wanted him back. With the cure almost an afterthought, she vowed that she would find him, no matter the cost.
So that's Session 7, which doesn't exist yet. Oh wait, what? Okay, so we got 4, 5, 6. Oh yeah, okay, wait. Yeah, okay, so what's this Atlantis thing?
Atlantis. Plot. Go to Atlantis. Atlantis leaves and ends up in the Phoenix Galaxy. Atlantis is given a new home, and many of the inhabitants are invited to make their home on Saurus. Session 7. The Session 8. ARR, there be pirates about. New plot points. The ship gets attacked by baddies. Girl, future Val, and Dirk are the ones defending the same ship that present-day Val and Dirk are in. They're in the cargo hold, in a crate. The bad guys take some prisoners. The heroes board the bad guys' ship to save prisoners. Bad guys flee to good guys' ship and sever the line. Present-day Val and Dirk make it up to the deck, just in time to see the bad guys' ship float away. And they are left to fight to take over the good guys' ship, which is being overrun by baddies. Old plot points. 6 ghost ships appear out of nowhere and start attacking the ship Val and Dirk are on. They shoot cannonballs at the ship. Val and Dirk can't see this yet cause they're in crates. Damn, it's getting hot in here, Dirk says. A cannonball shoots through the hull, breaking open Dirk's crate 3 feet away from Dirk's head and right out the other side of the ship's hull. Val, what was that, Val? Dirk says. I'm Dirk, you're Val. Val says, oh right, with all this shit going on, I forget my own name. Dirk looks through the hole in the wall, wondering if they can climb through.
What was that, Val? Dirk says, I'm Dirk, you're Val. Val says, all right. All this shit is going on, I forgot my own name. Okay.
Dirk looks through the hole in the wall, wondering if they can climb through. They wander around fervently in the bowls of the ship. Dirk gets the idea to go up the stairs up to the deck, and Val follows. As they do this, they have to dodge flaming timber and arrows and cannonballs. They trip on a fallen timber, and Dirk hit his head on the staircase armrest thingy. all your
thingy.
fault. Dirk said, "You're the one that tripped me." They might be trapped and not tripped. Not sure, theirs. They have to dodge a corpse that's tumbling down the stairs. The corpse hits Val and Dirk, and they both, corpse and Val and Dirk,
What?
tumble back down the stairs.
Oh,
The corpse is on top of Dirk. Dirk tosses off the corpse.
too much
They
corpse.
see a ghost goblin run across the opening staircase. Outside at the top. Did you see that little guy? He was all green and shit. Dirk said. No, I didn't see anything, let's go. Val said. They both
Punctuation.
head back up the stairs. Okay, you go up first, I'll be right behind you. Val says as they both head up. They get up to the main deck, and there's 5 goblin ghost things surrounding Val and Dirk with swords drawn pointing at them. You know, they look kinda ghost-like. What the fuck's this? Dirk said. Haven't you ever heard about zombies? Val said. Dirk says something about ghosts, but not zombies. One of the goblins swings a mace at Dirk and hits him in the head. Dirk yells, I'm a believer, I'm a believer. I told you. What did I tell you? Val said. They start dragging us off the ship onto theirs. There's about 30 goblins on the deck of theirs, and there's 5 taking us there surrounding us with weapons drawn. Session 9. Drunken Wa? Unfinished. Val and Dirk's, insert name of ship instead, ship rolled over the crashing waves managing to squeak into the seaport just as dusk was upon them. Thunder boomed all around as lightning flashed, taunting the poor ship that had managed to dock safely at harbor. Val stammered onto deck wearing a large, feathered pirate hat, hungry and dehydrated and 100% woman. You know, Dirk, I still can't get used to this. I want my good old balls back man. I really do. With a flick of the wrist, Val lowered the gangplank and started making his way down to the dock. Yeah, it's not my fault you couldn't stay dry. Without any further words, Dirk emerged from the cabin donning a ridiculous large hat, a leather trench coat, and several other layers of waterproof clothing that he found through the ship. In a full sprint, Dirk leaped past his brother in a blur of movement. The half-elf managed to make it maybe 20 feet before disappearing into the pile of clothes that he had recently possessed. Val slowly closed the gap between them, casually walking up to the articles of clothing. See, I told you it was pointless holding off the inevitable. All this rain, no way you could have made it any farther. Heck, I'm surprised you made it this far. As he rummaged around, Val uncovered a 3-foot-long lizard that had the expression, "Just drop it," written all over. Gently picking up the reptile, Val placed Dirk on his shoulders and made his way towards Main Street. Hi, Dirk the iguana. Let's get out of the rain. Find someplace to eat. The local tavern was easy enough to find. The 2 adventurers stood below the sign to the establishment. The sign read, "The Drunken Kitten." The tavern door swung open. Val stood there dripping wet. A muffled comment could be heard coming from the fireplace that was set up at the side of the room. The tavern looked fairly empty, with a few colorful characters scattered throughout the room. Making his way to the counter, Val sat down to be greeted by a short-statured man. A dwarf asks what he wants. Val asks for a large pile of meat. Throwing down a gold, the dwarf leaves, bringing back a large steak and a pint of ale. A large man wearing nothing but hairy leather shorts, looking to be made out of some sort of bison hide maybe, looked up from his bowl of what could only be described as gruel, smiles at Val, and lets out a drunken high, then drops his head back into the gruel. With a shrug, Val proceeds to devour as much meat as possible, downing one steak after another. Keep them coming, my good proprietor. The ranger, clearly out of his mind drunk, not realizing he was holding a red-hot poker, walks up to Val. Hey there, pretty lady, what's your name? Planting the poker on his foot, he stood there barely able to hold himself up. Val looks up from his steak and louts out a loud belch, wiping off some...
That's ridiculous. Let's fix that paint thing. How does it say it?
Bringing back a large steak and a pint of ale. A large man... The ranger, clearly out of his mind drunk, not realizing he was holding a red-hot poker, walks up to Val. Hey there, pretty lady, what's your name? Planting the poker on his foot, he stood there barely able to hold himself up. Val looks up from his steak and louts out a loud belch, wiping off some sauce from his lips, and drunken gaze with a look of annoyance. Then noticing that the guy's foot was on fire, Val points, "Your foot's on fire." Not noticing the almost naked figure at his side, the barely conscious man stomps on the ranger's foot, putting out the flames, and turns...
Barely. Not barley.
The barely conscious man stomps on the ranger's foot, putting out the flames, and turns his back to go back to his gruel. The ranger, reacting from the pain of having his foot stomped on, lifted the red-hot poker in protest. But in blinding speed, the barkeep was at his side with poker in hand. What Val, and maybe anyone who wasn't drunk, may have noticed was that the dwarf managed to leap onto the counter, coming to equal height with the ranger garbying hold of the poker. He used his weight to drop down,
Grabbing.
hold of the poker. He used his weight to drop down and rend poker from arm. Looking sternly at the man who once held the poker of power, "You better not be startin' ain't a thin in my establishment.
In my
When I think you start,
establishment.
you must know I'll finish, child." With that, the dwarf tosses
What?
the poker in the direction of the mantle, having it land.
And I think you start, you must know I'll finish, child. What? Anything you start, I'll finish.
With that, the
I gotta
dwarf
get it.
tosses the poker in the direction of the mantle, having it land in its intended holder with some sort of legendary accuracy. Val couldn't believe what his eyes had just beheld. Neither could the naked guy who looked like he was trying to do math in the air in front of him, silently adding up what had happened. But short plus old didn't add up to epic in his eyes. The elf that was sitting at the fireplace had evidently not expected what he witnessed as well, and reacted to the poker flying across the room by ducking down in anticipation of a chaotic flight that never took off. In customary naked greeting, BRB spits in Val's face. Val takes a stand up in protest and takes
What's
a swing
BRB?
at the guy and slips on the puddle of water that was dripping from his clothing. Tripping on his pants, he fell on the floor, staring up at the ceiling. The naked guy leans over and spits on the poor girl. In walks a dark stranger. Looking up in surprise, Val manages to just dodge another log, and his eyes catch Dirk skittering off towards the fireplace where some sort of commotion had started. Two locals had started to push around the elf that was quietly keeping to himself by the fire. "Your kind doesn't belong around here." One pushes the elf in the shoulder out of his seat. "Yeah, your kind, here." "Yeah? How about you run home to your tree and leave?" The one who first started pushing the elf threw another punch, but this time he was ready for it. Ducking fast, he dodged, then came up in an attempt to place his finger on the assailant, only to be grabbed by the other and thrown into the ranger, who never quite managed to find his original seat. The ranger, getting to his senses, tries to join in on the fight, and grabs hold of a leg and lifts it up. A table goes over. Ho looks in confusion and realizes he's holding a table leg. Quickly, he scammers for something to throw. Finding an ashtray, he hurls it at one of the assailants, but it doesn't even come close. The tray flies across the room, hitting the wall, ricocheting off, and flies all the way over to BRB, who takes it full force to his head. Shaking it off, he again does some math in the air and points at the two who had started the fight. Letting out what could have been a war cry, he charged into the fray. Dirk was already in a fight, fighting one of the locals on the ankles, working his way up. Dwarf enters fight, knocking everyone out with the handles of knives. End up outside in the gutter ice. Spell finally goes off, freezing the surroundings in ice as the sleep through the night. Wake up cold and
As
wet,
the sleep through the night.
slow chipping at the ice. Dirk arrives to free them. Approached by the dark stranger as he requests a...
Okay. So there's session 10, the Tower of Death.
Session 10, the Tower of Death. Event list for Session 10. 1. Val and Dirk arrive from the airship Illustrious at the great palace city of Belrod. Want to fight in the tournament. 2. The great tournament begins one day later. Meet up with Crosshair. 3. The tournament begins. 4. The post-tournament party. 5. The attack of the surrounding airships begins. The attackers are 9-foot-long black flying creatures. 6. Attack of the city palace begins, overwhelming the people. 7. Characters get knocked out, unconscious. while the room crashes down around them, trapping them. 8. They wake up several hours later to find out they have to dig or find another way out. 9. They find death and devastation and no signs of life. Just dead bodies and darkness. 10. It's nighttime at about midnight. 11. They're near the top floor and have to go down the tower to escape. 12. No flight travel is possible. 13. It's raining outside. Session 13.
Where's session 11 and 12? Session 11. No matches. 12. No matches. Huh. Okay then. Maybe it's buried deep within the file somewhere. Jeez. There's so many files. Folders and more files and more files. And it's a mess. It's like years and years and years. Over a decade of writing and scrapping ideas and scrapping plot points and various things, stuff to add in, and oh man, it's endless. World building. Even there's parts of an audiobook here. I got 16 chapters of an audiobook.
Val woke up screaming like a little girl who just saw a mouse and or possibly a spider.
Oh my god, that's old. Backups also as well. Death, no need for paradox. So, what was that? Is that in here? No time for a paradox. Okay, so it is here. That's cool. So where? But I still am looking for. Need this bit bigger here. Okay, so nothing. I found it, but there's empty files. It's empty folders. The Elves of the West and versus the Elves. What the hell that mean? So that's 10. Put the titles in there at least, but it's kind of disappointing. Missing, and I'll put missing. It's not the first time that there's missing stuff, or missing as in we didn't write it yet, or it actually is missing. I don't know. backup of upcoming. Yeah, we got this. I think. Yeah, we got this. Yeah, we got that. Wait. What did I miss? I missed something here. 10 here is different. The elves of the east, the elves of the west. Well, that's wrong. Well, it's changed. I mean, the Tower of Death is here now. Okay, weird. So some of these have changed. Oh, what's this? This is the same as the 10 thing. The Dark Cave. That's the Drunken Law. Okay. Drunken Kitten. Yeah, that's what we got. We got that in there. Are we pirates now? I'm sure that's there as well. Yep. If I click on a random one, what is this? This is Ted's story. Nope, nothing there. I won't be heading here. This is my stuff. Oh, that's the song. Oh yeah, this is that deleted scene. Let's put that in the book. Special features. Well, okay, so that's all there was to find with sessions 11 and 12. Nothing. Just a title. But then 13 we have like a plot line. 14. I'm going to end it here for now. Got stuff to do. Talk to you later. Bye.